Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Monster Gyms monster analysis video. So today we're going to be doing an analysis on Queen ZAHRA. This is one of the first few monsters for this new era called the Blossom era. And so we're going to be taking a look at this monster, see how powerful it is. So since it's a new era, I'm expecting this monster to be a little higher than the monsters from Doomsday era. You know what I mean? In terms of stats, in terms of skills and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the notification on. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so we have Queen ZAHRA here, and this is basically all the skills and stuff like that is basically shared by the community manager of the game. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it together. Now there is this little, I guess, background story. If you guys want to go ahead and pause and read it for yourself, go ahead and do so. But me personally, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the analysis straight away. So we have Queen ZAHRA. It's not called War Master ZAHRA, it's just Queen ZAHRA. And this is basically what she's gonna look like. Let's go ahead and start off with her first skill. Apparently it deals heavy nature damage to one enemy, applies reverse healing to one enemy. I don't see any required cooldown, so I'm guessing this is a spammable one. We're gonna have to take a look at it later on in the spreadsheet here. But anyways, aloe vera juice, it applies double damage to all allies, heals all allies by 20%, requires cooldown. So it's nice. It comes with healing and double damage. Okay, that could come in handy. Then you also have a low end, deals moderate nature damage to all enemies, applies reverse healing to all enemies. Okay, so besides dealing a lot of damage, you're also applying reverse healing, so that can actually affect the enemy. Then you also have Life Blossom, which deals massive light damage to an enemy. Yep, you heard that right. By the way, this monster is two elements. One is light, the other one is nature. So it deals massive light damage to an enemy, applies life regen to all enemies and all allies, requires cooldown. So the life regen for the enemies can be annoying, honestly. But if you can actually apply that reverse healing with a low end first, and then second turn you can go ahead and use Life Blossom, the reverse healing will kick in and basically it will hurt the enemy rather than healing them. But if you do Life Blossom, then you apply life regen to the enemy and your allies, so that'll be a little annoying, honestly. But I don't see her, I don't see any PER skills or any ER skills so far, and also I don't see her turn transfer skill. The original legendary monster had turn transfer. Apparently she doesn't. We're gonna take a look at it in the bottom, see if it's actually in there. But anyways, in the books you have good legions and also female, so 2 books for Seymour's. Traits, you have this total life increase. It's only for herself, by the way. So look at this, total life increase, rank 0. It doesn't say all allies, you know what I mean? It's only for herself, and look, it literally says right there, single increase total life. Then you also have immune to daze, which is really bad in my opinion. This is meh, honestly, because it's only for herself. If it was for everybody, that would have been really good, you know what I mean? But rank 3, you have Status Caster, gains torture immunity at start of battle, and this is also for herself only, sadly. As you guys can see, it's a self-torture immunity. So if this was to everybody, that would have been really good. But besides her Status Caster, I think these two are pretty garbage, in my opinion. So trait-wise, these two are really bad, but then the rank 3 Status Caster is not that bad, you know what I mean? So I guess you got that. That's actually kind of decent, kind of good. I just wish it was to everybody though. But anyways, I want to see if she could actually compete with P3 or 3. In terms of stats, look at this. You got 13,584 speed at level 150. Okay, slightly higher than, let's use, for example, War Master Elvira as an example. Okay, War Master Elvira. Not the original War Master Elvira. I'm talking about the doomed one, which is called Elvira Demon Slayer. Okay, so slightly higher than Elvira Demon Slayer. In terms of power, you got 25,584. Okay, not a huge stat boost. And with the life, you got 365,364. That's also slightly higher, I'd say. So, you know what? Stats aren't really that crazy since it's a new era. You know, the previous era with the Doom monsters, it was actually kind of high. But this, it's slightly high. You know what I mean? So even corrupted monsters can actually compete. It looks like it. But we're gonna have to see, because this is just one of the first few that is going to be added. Maybe the other ones have like huge stat boosts and they just didn't want to give it to Queen ZAHRA. Who knows? But anyways, in terms of Relic, you have Staff and Essen, just like the original War Master ZAHRA. So pretty good Relic slots in my opinion, Staff and Essen, you know. But anyways, it is 2 elements, of course. Let's take a look at the other attacks here. So basic attacks, you have Powerful Flower, which is a moderate nature damage to one enemy. It's a 0 cooldown, but 30 stamina cost. So you do need a 30 stamina, but it's overall a spammable skill in my opinion. Protector Thorns applies life regen to all allies. I don't think anybody would really want to run that, honestly. I would say people are gonna run Life Blossom over, even though it just gives life regen to the enemies. It also comes with allies, but it deals massive light damage to an enemy, so you can deal a lot of damage to them. But anyways, Aloe Vera Transfusion applies torture immunity to all allies, requires cooldown. So torture immunity could actually come in handy, honestly. You know what I mean? So if you guys want to run that, it's there. So it's a 1 turn cooldown and 36 stamina cost. I like the cooldown on that. It's only 1 turn. Alright. The Seed skill, it's a moderate nature damage to all enemies, applies poison to all enemies, requires cooldown. So she does have this poison as one of her tortures, if you would like to run that. Maybe if you want to run it like pure attack or something like that. You know what I mean? So you could carry a lot of attack skills in there. Run as an attacker if you want. The rest of them were actually mentioned up here, so we're not going to take a look at them. But then the ultimate, Queen of Nature, applies reverse healing to all enemies, applies poison to all enemies, heals all enemies by 50%, and heals all allies by 50%. So that's actually a pretty scary ultimate. Like, if that reverse healing actually lands, which it most likely will, the reverse healing lands to the enemy, besides the poison, you're also healing them by 50%. So it's basically 50% life removal from the enemy, and then your allies will basically heal by 50%. So as we mentioned up here, the Spirit skill, the first one that we saw, it is actually a spammable skill. So as you guys can see, it's a 0 cooldown, 50 damage. And that's not her most powerful one. Her most powerful one is the massive light damage and 65 damage it is. It's a light 65% damage. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, it only costs 42 stamina as well. So stamina cost isn't really that bad either, honestly. Will this monster enter the meta? I would say maybe, honestly. She's not really that bad, but she's not as good as I thought she'd be, honestly. Like the original War Master, if that was basically this War Master, I'd prefer that one over this one, because that one had like nature shields and stuff like that. It had a turn transfer, which was really good in my opinion. So I honestly just pick the support ZAHRA, like the War Master one, over her. This attacker one I kind of like, but at the same time I feel like it could have been a lot better. It's just the stats could have been really better, because it's a new monster, it's a new era, you know what I mean? So one of the new monsters in the new era, we're expecting the stats to be like insanely high, but it's really not. Slightly high than the Doom Mythic monsters, but maybe it's just this one, guys, who knows. But so overall, it's a light in nature attacker that has like reverse healing and healing skills. I would say if you want to start using it, you can, but we're just gonna have to see until this monster's fully out, and we're gonna see if it actually dominates with any of the monsters in the game. After a few weeks of its release, then we can go ahead and give our opinion on it. But at the moment, I would say she's not that bad. We're just gonna have to see. It's just that I'm not really a huge fan of the traits again, guys. This could have been a lot better, honestly. But man, why not give her her turn transfer skill at least? That'd been really good, you know what I mean? Like, give the turn transfer skill over, let me see. For example, the life regen to all allies, you know, the Protector Thorns. You could have just done that. Although that's a 0 cooldown, so I don't know, maybe that'd be too good. But yeah, but the stats aren't really that crazy again. Even corrupted monsters can even compete, but it could just be this one. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's Monsters and Monster analysis on the monster Queen ZAHRA. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about her. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.